It's Ehizoje, everyone's favorite Nigerian.
This that real life shit, nigga.
But she's not the only one that doesn't get the credit she deserves when it comes to country music.
Who doesn't? Oh, the other
Shaboozey.
Shaboozey.
So
Shaboozey.
If you haven't been paying attention, there's an artist, Nigerian descent, by the way.
I didn't know that.
Najao. Yeah, his surname is Shaboozey. But I guess one of his high school coaches couldn't pronounce it, so he would always say Shaboozey. So he went and reclaimed the name, and now he goes by Shaboozey. You can hate it or love it because I don't know. I feel like you should just use your actual name. But Ehizoje. But obviously he had one of the biggest songs of the year, 17 straight weeks, #1 Billboard, certified hit. It's a country song. He's a country artist.
Yeah.
I don't know if you listen to his album. It's all country.
I didn't listen to the whole thing. I know his hit song, a bar song,
yeah,
Tipsy.
Bar song.
Everybody in the club, get tipsy.
Definitely interpolates Tipsy. And so you would think that the CMAs would be forced to give him either Single of the Year or Best New Artist.
He didn't get either, right?
He didn't get either. And not only did he not get either, they're making jokes about his name.
They made so much jokes, so many jokes.
So, real or weird? Shaboozey being the butt of the joke at the CMAs.
Why you being weird to me?
I don't think it's surprising, though.
It's not.
It's unfortunate. I wish it wasn't that way.
Is it real or is it weird?
I think it's real.
Okay. Why is it real?
Because it's not surprising.
Because they've shown who they are. They've shown
who they
before.
are. Beyonce didn't get a single nomination for any of the CMT awards this year. You talk about a long list of Black artists who are making music in the country album, and they were there. They were invited to the show. They were on the red carpet, but they weren't in those categories. They were not performing. They didn't do any announcements.
Yeah, they were pandered to.
So it's not surprising. So I guess it's real and weird, but I would say it's real. That's just the reality of what things are like these days.
Okay.
What about for you?
I respect that. I would call it weird, but I do have the same stance as you.
Yeah.
Because it is expected. It's like one of those things I don't want to get too negative, but but if Beyonce didn't get it, obviously Shaboozey's not gonna get it either. So it's one of those things where it should be expected at this point.
Yeah.
But I just felt like his song was so outside of Not Like Us, that was the song.
It was
Not Like Us. What didn't come out this year? Shaboozey will probably sweep the Grammys.
He probably will get some. He got a nomination or two, so I'm excited to see what happens. There's a lot of Grammy noms.
Yeah, so I found it weird.
Very.
But speaking of Not Like Us.
Yes, Not Like Us.
You came on a good week.
I did.
Came on a good week. There's a lot of things that happened this week.
So much has happened.
So Drake has the internet ablaze because he decided to sue Universal Music Group.
Yes.
Over Not Like Us.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw the headline, I was like, oh man, this man's weak. This is a weak. Mm-hmm. It was other words, but I'm gonna stick with weak for now.
Or like a baby.
I was just like, bro,
you're a baby.
That's weak as hell. And then I read into the lawsuit. I like reading into things. And then I saw that he was alleging that essentially Spotify and UMG colluded together to essentially bring Not Like Us to the forefront, gave them a discount on, how do I say it?
Pay for views, pay for streams, payola.
In essentially being able to market the song as it is. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh yes, this is actually an important petition, because it's a petition right now. I was like, this is important because for smaller artists, we have to compete with these big artists that get these type of deals that we don't have access to. We don't have access to bots, and if I wish we did, but we don't. And so they have the advantage over us, a competitive advantage in the marketplace, which should be illegal.
Yeah.
Right? They've essentially created a system where the cream no longer rises to the top, and they became the gatekeepers, right? And obviously Drake has benefited greatly from this, right? And so I'm not gonna say oh, he's doing this for the betterment of all artists. He's obviously only doing this because he was a victim of it. With that being said, him coming out the next day and with another petition of defamation about Not Like Us, I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm done with it.
So there's two parts to this. So let's go back to the first part.
Yes.
Boosting, marketing,
Yes.
paying for the streams, getting bots to, add to the plays. Do you think that really has happened with They Not Like Us?
Oh,
for
of course.
sure.
Of course.
You think that Not Like Us wouldn't have been a success if it wasn't for that?
I feel like it still would have been a success. Because the biggest marketer you could have is word of mouth. And I mean, I'm sure you've been outside, whether I'm not going to say
You can't go anywhere without hearing that song.
Like, you're going to be outside and the song's going to play.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to know all the words.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with like Spotify boosting streams. But I do think they also do that.
Yeah, for sure. It may not happen with this song. It may have, but it's happening. And it does sound like it makes it extremely difficult for independent artists to get their things heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So real or weird, Drake suing UMG.
Weird.
Yeah, I think it's weird too.
The second part of it about the defamation.
Yeah.
Hasn't Drake accused Kendrick of doing some stuff in his songs too?
He called him a woman beater.
A woman beater, and that his kid was like a love child for some other guy.
for
Like,
Dave Free.
so Kendrick
That's part
can
of
say
it.
that, hey, he defamed me too.
That's what.
That's what diss tracks do. They talk about each other.
It's hypocritical. This is why I'll shoot Drake a little bit of bail though.
Okay.
Just a little bit, because if everybody in the world is calling you a pedophile, which is one of the worst things you could be,
The worst.
and you don't do everything in your power to fight against
Clear
that,
your name, dude.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna start being like, oh, okay, he's a pedophile,
But why didn't he clear his name?
I guess this is him attempting to do it. This is the only way I'll shoot him bail, because with everything you could call him for suing UMG, none of those words are as bad as being a pedophile. So it's like the lesser of two evils. It's like, all right, you can call me,
true.
you call me weak, you call me a bitch if you want, but I'm not a pedophile. That's not what I am. And all of you think I am that,
I'm sure him and his legal team had many discussions when that song was like on the top of the charts about how they should respond to this, and they probably said, let's not respond. Let's not give it our energy.
Yeah, no energy.
Did you see his latest art for his upcoming tour?
I did.
People were like, well, that looks like it's for kids. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Drake needs more black people on his team.
Perhaps, because that wasn't...
I'm not going to say he doesn't have black people on his team, but I feel like, just more, But yeah, weird situation.
I like that segment. Real or weird?
Real or weird.
That's fun. Can we play the button again?
Why you being weird to me?
Whose voice is that?
You don't remember that?
No.
You don't remember that clip?
Is it a meme?
Kinda, yeah. I can't play the whole thing
Okay.
out here, but
Okay.
I'll show you.
You have to show me after.
Yeah, I'll show you after. All right. This is a music podcast.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know.
Yes.
So we gotta talk about some music. And there's been a lot of music that's dropped since last time. There's a lot of things that happened since the last time I recorded. Trump's president again.
Wow, you haven't recorded since then?
I didn't get to talk about that. Diddy got arrested.
Wow, you have been on a little break.
Yeah, I've been busy.
A lot has happened, yes.
A lot has happened. Y'all voted Trump. All right. Anyways,